Do it. She's got some family things she has to do. And Steve is, and John is listening and Lloyd is listening.
It's gonna plug in another one.
It's just going round and round in circles.
Open heart surgery.
This, yeah. No, not that station. Not the brand new station. You liked my email?
I like your email, yes. Yeah, did you see my response?
Yes. I was like, oh, that doesn't sound good.
All right, welcome everyone. Glad to have you here. First of all, I just want to say that we just got a letter from HR Horton that they're going to pull, DR Horton, they're going to pull their sewer request for September, so that is off. We will not be having that in our September sewer allocation meeting. So with that said, our meeting tonight will start, and there are no presentations tonight. On Thursday, we'll have a presentation of resolution remembrance of water resources equipment operator Hunter Hines. He passed recently, sorry to say. We have a Parks and Rec update, and we'll go ahead and get in presentations of petitions and requests, starting with number 1, consider approving the development agreement with Habitat for Humanity, Cabarrus County.
Thank you, Mayor. We're going to ask Mary Carr, our Community Development Manager, to come forward and present this item.
Hello, Mary.
How are you? Members of council, Mr. Lederick, Ms. Kolchinsky. Exactly, Mr. Blackburn.
Mr. Lederick. Hello, Mr. Lederick.
I could say a joke there, but I won't. My only item this evening is the request to approve the development agreement between Concord and Habitat for Humanity for the construction of a new home at 365 Lincoln Street Southwest. This will be a 3-bedroom, 2-bath home that will be 1,270 square feet in size. Home funds will be used to construct this. Having worked with Habitat for many years with many projects, they are familiar with the standards that Concord uses to build a home. They are familiar with the federal regulations that are required with the home program. And they will be building the house at $207,000, which is approximately $163 a square foot. The reason they can keep that cost that low is because they will be using volunteer labor. Since we are down a staff person, this will allow us to keep the home program going and keep a new construction project underway for our program. With this project, as with every other home project, there will be a 20-year deed restriction. Habitat has identified a potential buyer. However, this person will have to be income eligible and will have to be approved for purchase of this house. I'm happy to answer any questions that you may have.
All right, thank you. Any questions from council? Yes, sir.
Mary, they'll sell the home to this and under their model, and they'll have a mortgage on it and be? No.
Concord will be the seller. Concord will be responsible for the construction. Concord will be overseeing the construction. Concord will sell. Concord will have the deed restriction. Habitat will just be acting as the developer or builder in this particular project.
So we'll use the home funds and they'll be repaid?
Yes, sir. It'll come back as program income.
Excellent. Good job.
Thank you, Mary. Number 2, consider approving City of Concord co-sponsorship with application with the Cabarrus County Convention Visitors Bureau for 12th Annual Celebrate Cabarrus Golden Helmet Awards.
Yes.
Hello.
Hello. Good afternoon, Mayor, members of council, Mr. Blackburn, Ms. Kolchinsky, and Ms. Deason. Before you is a request from the Cabarrus County Convention and Visitors Bureau to co-sponsor their 12th annual Celebrate Cabarrus Golden Helmet Awards ceremony to be held on November 20th. The CVB is a 501c6 nonprofit organization whose primary mission is to promote and market Concord and Cabarrus County as a visitor destination. At the annual Golden Helmet Awards program, they recognize partners who have done just that, who have really strengthened our reputation as a premier destination for visitors. The specific request is for use of the Concord Paget Airport corporate hangar for the event location, as well as the assistance of 7 aviation department employees. The total value of the in-kind support is $4,435.16. With the approval of the co-sponsor application, they are also requesting to serve complimentary beer and wine at the event. And happy to answer any questions you may have.
No flying after the awards, right?
No.
Any questions? All right, thank you.
All right, thank you.
Number 3, consider approving neighborhood matching grant awards distribution request for fiscal year 25-26, and here are the applicants listed in our agenda.
Yes, we're going to ask Rayshawn, our neighborhood outreach coordinator, to come forward and present this item.
Thank you.
Hello, Rashad.
Hello. Good afternoon, Mr. Mayor, members of council, Ms. Kolchinsky, Mr. Blackburn, and Mrs. Deason. Thank you all for being here tonight. My request is to consider approving the Neighborhood Matching Grant Awards distribution for fiscal year 25-26. The city's Neighborhood Matching Grant Program promotes collaboration between the city and our recognized neighborhoods, and it's designed to facilitate neighborhood self-improvement. This year, we received 11 grant applications for the fiscal year 25-26. We have a grant committee, which is made up of city co-workers from 5 different departments. They met and they determined all 11 applications met the criteria for funding. We had one neighborhood withdrew their application. So as a result, we only have 10 neighborhood projects that are being recommended today for funding. If approved, the recommended projects would use $26,506 of the $30,000 that we allocated for the budget for fiscal year 25-26. The following allocation of grant funds are recommended for Bedford Farms community. We are recommending $1,594 for them to use for their pool furniture project. Brookview, we're recommending for them to receive the full $3,000 for their traffic speed limit display signs project. Carriage Downs, we're also recommending the full $3,000 for their Safe Spaces Stronger Community Project. Courtyards at Popular Tent, we're recommending $1,837 for the beautification project. Edison Square Townhomes, the full $3,000 for their tree project. Moss Creek Community, $3,000 for their multi-sport court landscape improvement project. Mountain Laurel, $2,075 for their playground and park improvement project. Parkview Estates, $3,000 for their neighborhood park renovation project. Ramsgate, $3,000 for their front entrance informational signs project. And last, Yates Metal, $3,000 for their project, they called it What the People Want. Included in your packet was a full description that explained what each project is about. And when the committee met, they evaluated all of the projects and scored it based on how the project supports the program mission, the project, how does it benefit the neighborhood involvement, the budget and the match, project readiness and community partnerships, and lastly, whether the community participated in our litter abatement program. Thank you. And if you have any questions?
Okay, any questions? Yes, Jennifer.
It's not really a question, Rashawn. So it is a half match up to 3,000, correct?
Yes.
Okay, thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you very much. Number 4, consider authorizing city manager to negotiate and execute a contract with Talbot Bright Ellington for the construction and administration services on the apron and taxiway rehabilitation.
Our aviation director, Dirk Vandalese, will be presenting both items 4 and 5.
Yes, sir. Mayor, members of council, Mr. Blackburn, Ms. Kolchinsky, Ms. Deason. Request number 4 is a authorization to execute an agreement with TB&E for construction administration for the last piece on our apron taxi lane rehab. Last month, council approved Sealand Construction to do the actual construction. Now we have the C&A portion. It's funded through FAA 90% with 10% from NCDOT. Total amount of the agreement is $188,759.58. Any questions?
Any question from council? There are none. All right. And item 5, consider authorizing city manager to execute a consent of assignment with Borders Heritage Realty.
Yes, sir. So this little squirrely just bear with me. So in 2014, city entered agreement with JQF entities. As you noted in the descriptions, multiple entities within the LLC. This was a project for AC Controls to build their headquarters on the northwest portion of the airport, off airport property. As part of the agreement with the city, AC Controls wanted their corporate aircraft to be located on property. So the city entered into an agreement with AC Controls and what we call through the fence agreement FAA has for type of operations. Back in February, I was aware that AC Controls was actually sold. Mr. Jim Borders was the CEO, president, and owner of AC Controls. He had sold the company, still has ownership in the building, and is an employee, but is no longer the CEO. He requested that we come up with a consent assignment, which we have sent, reviewed by legal counsel, that is consistent still with the through the fence operations. So we are asking that council agree to execute the said agreement with Borders Heritage Realty, LLC.
So this is the same project, just different owners.
Yes, sir.
Okay.
Yeah.
Questions?
The aircraft's still there?
Actually upgraded it. Yes, sir.
Any more
Buys a little bit
questions?
more fuel. That's what it counts.
Okay. All right.
Thank you.
Thank you very much. Number 6, consider authorizing city manager to negotiate and execute an agreement with Workday and AVAAP, implementation of new ERP software.
Jessica Jones, our finance director, will be presenting this item.
Good afternoon, Mayor, members of council, Mr. Blackburn, Ms. Kolchinsky, and Ms. Deason. The city currently uses several different software providers to accomplish daily business processes for finance and HR-related functions. So the item that I'm bringing to you today would allow the city to replace these various systems with one comprehensive solution. The current Finance Plus software that is used by the city for finance and HR functions is over 20 years old. While there have been minor updates during that time, there have not been any significant changes. The technology available today is more user-friendly, intuitive, and includes functionality that is not currently available in our system. Staff still has several manual processes and spreadsheets to maintain data that the system cannot currently manage. The implementation of one system that can replace the multiple systems currently used would lead to better efficiencies, better data, and improve accessibility of data. The new system would be in the cloud and would eliminate the need for the city to purchase and maintain servers going forward. The implementation of a new ERP solution is aligned with strategic plan goal number 1, deliver effective and efficient government. For the past 18 months, staff has been going through an intensive process to evaluate potential new enterprise resource planning software vendors. Throughout the process, staff worked closely with GFOA's consulting services to evaluate the needs of the city, prepare detailed requirements, interview vendors, as well as host multiple rounds of on-site demonstrations. The city originally received 12 different proposals and selected 5 vendors to move forward to on-site demonstrations. Staff throughout the city participated in 17 full days of comprehensive software demonstrations, numerous follow-up meetings, and completed multiple surveys to provide feedback, discuss options, and determine next steps. After this intensive process, it is staff's recommendation to move forward with the software solution offered by Workday. Staff is also recommending that AVAP be selected as the implementation partner to manage the Workday implementation. They have recent experience with another North Carolina municipality implementing Workday and were selected as the top implementation team by a voting committee. Staff is requesting that council authorize the city manager to negotiate with both AVAP and Workday to finalize the agreements and pricing. The implementation costs are currently estimated not to exceed $3 million, and the first 5 years of subscription costs are estimated at 4.6, a little bit over $900,000 a year. The funding for the implementation costs are currently set aside in a project, so no additional funding would be needed to get the project started. And the ongoing subscription costs would be part of the ongoing budget request in future years. It would be partially offset by costs we're paying on the systems we already have, which is roughly $500,000. So it is an increase, but we do already pay some of those costs now. I'll be happy to answer any questions.
I have one question. How long will the implementation take?
Right now, we're looking at probably 15 months.
15 months?
Yeah. Yeah.
And so, I just know for a fact that some of this is more than 25 years old.
Oh, yeah, and I know it's more, but that's what I knew for sure, so.
Yeah.
Some of the systems, I mean, the system we're currently using, Finance Plus, that was actually a green screen even before that 20-year mark. It's the same software company. We have not changed software companies in a long
And
time.
then our population of our town has doubled and our staff has doubled in that time, and we're still running the same things.
We are missing a lot of efficiencies with having so many systems. The data having to move between, we lose a lot of time, and we also have problems with data being accurate. You know, the more you move it around, the more likely you are to have inaccurate data. And so we spend a lot of staff time verifying data, that when it's all in one system, we can actually spend time on other things that are more critical.
Okay, question from
Bill, I
council?
have one. Go ahead. Go ahead. Yeah, go ahead.
I don't know if I can ask this correctly. Who would be responsible for the security of our data in the cloud?
Workday would be, because it would be, and Mike, you may have to help me, but Workday would be responsible for that. And I will say the IT team has been involved in the project throughout, and asked a lot of questions of all the vendors from a security standpoint. And hopefully I'm not speaking for Mike when I shouldn't, but I know he is comfortable with their security protocols.
Going to jump to a conclusion that it will make us more secure? Hear the man say that.
Yeah, let's do that.
Certainly standardizing our security platform across the board with all of the data that we have. It will put better security workflow and process, and we'll be able to, I guess, itemize those security features for the different functional areas in a much better way than we are now. With so many different systems, we have so many different ways to secure, and not all of them, really reflect the work that we have or that we do today. So this would be a substantial step up for us, provided that we put in place the proper functional workflows and security processes to make sure that we oversee that yeah.
Thank you. Bill knows that's IT's way of saying yes. Thank you. Thank you.
You caught me, I wasn't prepared, but yes.
Mike, I did understand that, by the way.
It'd be
Thank you.
IT to understand that. Bill, just one quick one. You said that our current costs are $500,000 right now for,
Roughly, yeah, that's what was in the 26 budget for all of the software systems that it looks like would be able to go away, is about $500,000 a year.
and once implementation is in, it would go up to 900 then on this, so about
Correct.
$400,000 swing. on this one.
Yeah,
Okay.
but we would not have servers we're purchasing, we wouldn't have to maintain those servers. So there's other costs that we would be saving that aren't a direct one-to-one.
Yeah,
You know,
Attrition
that,
cost on
you know, the
on
time for
cloud.
his team that are managing those servers right now and having to make sure, and I know, for example, the Finance Plus server, they are constantly having to touch. So, it would save that staff time, even though it's not dollars.
Thank you.
Yep.
Lori? Andy, you okay? Jennifer, you okay? All right. Thank you very much.
Thank you.
Number 7, consider authorizing the manager to execute a contract with NV5 Geospatial.
Jeff Corley, our Water Resources Director, is going to present this item.
Good afternoon, Mayor, Council, Mr. Blackburn, Ms. Kolchinsky, Ms. Deason. Yes, item 7 is a contract with NV5 Geospatial for $150,000 for 3D LiDAR asset scanning services at various water resources locations. Well, I got a few slides here just to sort of explain what that long line of fancy words was. So this is really a 3D modeling of our horizontal and our vertical assets, specifically inside the water plant and our critical pump stations, both potable stations as well as raw water stations. It assists in the everyday operation of those assets. It allows telemetry to be placed vertically where it actually is being obtained. So when you're looking at something in a plan view on a computer, being able to rotate and twist and turn, we have a lot of assets that are multiple stories. It allows us to do that a lot better. It helps with future planning because we know exactly where everything is, how big it is, and also what space is available to run new lines through the facility, hanging from the ceiling, hanging from the wall. It's very effective at that. But this is really an effort to enhance our asset management program. We're putting a lot of time and effort into a more robust preventive maintenance program within the entire water department. So this data will interact with CityWorks, which will allow us to have preventive maintenance inspections, preventive maintenance work, be automatically triggered to our field staff and documented the way we should properly be doing that and make sure that preventive maintenance work is done. We know that the benefits of that preventive maintenance help us significantly in the long run to be doing that work all along instead of waiting till we get to a point of failure. So again, it does include both treatment plants, which you can imagine is a lot of space, a lot of inside locations, as well as our field pump stations. And we did talk to several vendors on this. It took us a while to find somebody. There's a lot of people that do this work. Some of them come in with an iPhone and do it with their iPhone. Some have $1 million lasers that they come in with. And we think we finally found the right partner in working with CityWorks. Specifically, they turned us on to NV5. We're very confident in their proposal that their deliverables will give us what we need at the price we need it to be at as well. So just a little example of what they do. So the laser gets set up inside these inside rooms and basically does a 360-point cloud to basically render digital surfaces within a space. So this is kind of an example. This isn't our facility, obviously, because we haven't done this work, but kind of gives you an idea. You can pan, tilt, zoom, this whole thing, so you can actually walk through a room without actually being there. Can get really precise dimensions, between valves and pipe runs and all different kinds of equipment. It will document all of that. And here's just another example of a typical geospatial type mapping program. And that's all I had. Happy to answer any questions.
It gives you 360-degree view of everything in that room.
Absolutely. So the water treatment plants where we have 2 or more vertical floors, you will actually be able to maneuver your way through that facility and follow those raw water lines, follow the lines coming out of the filter bays and where they go, and then monitor all those assets that are along those 3-dimensional spaces.
All right, question from council?
No, this is a one-time. We're mapping those assets. Obviously, if we have anything significantly change in the plant over time, but I wouldn't expect we would have to do this again for a very long time.
All right, Lori?
Bill?
I was just gonna ask, I'm so interested in that. How long does it take to scan all of your equipment?
So my understanding is the scanning is very quick. What isn't quick is the post-processing and the tagging assets and doing all that. So I believe that the inside work will be done fairly rapidly, but then a lot of work after the fact by some really smart people that know what they're doing. So there's some ways to use that. Again, looking at 3-dimensional, we've got pressure sensors, we've got flow monitors in that 3D space, on different floors. And right now, you can't really efficiently look at that in 3 dimensions. So that's one of the things we're most happy. So you can diagnose if something is reading one thing here and then 50 feet away we have another one. So it can kind of diagnose those in real time. Won't necessarily detect those things, but we'll have the telemetry to be able to identify them a lot easier. Mm-hmm. Yep.
Yes, sir.
So once this, can you export this to CAD, so future projects, the BIM's already there?
Yeah, so it goes through CAD. It has to go through like 3 or 4 different technology systems before it can actually make it into the CityWorks 3D widget. So there'll be AutoCAD versions, there'll be CityWorks versions, and I think there's one in between that it works its way through.
So as you change things, you can keep
That's correct.
Keep it accurate.
Absolutely.
Okay. Thank you.
Yep.
Very good. Number 8, consider authorizing city manager to negotiate and execute a contract with Haas Contracting.
Mayor, we're going to ask Rick Blatt, our Deputy Director of Engineering, to come up and present items 8 and 9.
Hello, Rick.
Hello. Mayor Dush, members of council, Ms. Lashinsky, Mr. Blackburn, Ms. Deason. Before you, for your consideration is the renovations to the Academy Complex and also the Gibson Field renovations. The Academy Complex will get, under this renovation, a new synthetic field, sports netting, fencing, dugouts, a restroom, and a storage building. The 2 existing press box buildings, 1 press box with concessions and a 1 bathroom, will also be renovated as part of this project. The sports lighting will be adjusted and the scoreboard will be relocated. Gibson Field will get an asphalt trail and the renovation of the existing restrooms, concessions, and press box. This project was bid under the formal bidding process. 5 bids were received on that day, and the lowest bid was by Haas Contracting in the amount of $3,730,750. I will entertain any questions you may have.
Is this part of the bond package?
Yes,
or-
it is.
It is, okay, very good. Question from council?
This is the athletic fields.
Athletic fields, yes.
All right, and then about how long will that take? I know we've seen that before.
The number of days for construction is 365
Okay.
days.
But- all right,
After we approve the contract and we give notice to proceed.
okay. Thank you. Number 9, consider authorizing city manager negotiating, execute a contract with Sealand Contractors.
This item is for the replacement of the existing culvert on Main Street. Main Street has been closed for a while now because the existing culvert is failing and is undermining the pavement. We are going to be replacing that culvert with a new culvert. We're taking out a 72-inch corrugated metal pipe, and we're going to be replacing it with a 8x9 concrete box. As part of this project, we also replacing the storm drain on Carriage Avenue and also parts of Main Street. So this project was bid on the formal bidding process as well. We received 6 bids, and the lowest responsible bidder was Sealand Contractors in the amount of $1,749,000.
Okay, question from council?
What's the schedule? How long?
The schedule is 300 days for replacement. And we're working closely with the existing contractor that is renovating the building, the existing building. So we're going to be done before they're done.
Okay. Thank you. Number 10, consider accepting preliminary application for Jason Keith Barnes and Cassandra Lee Barnes.
Mayor, we're going to ask Jackie Dill, our engineering director, to come forward, and she is going to present items 10, 11, and 12.
Good afternoon, Mayor, members of council, Mr. Blackburn, Ms. Kolchinsky, and Ms. Deason.
So he's not LaDerrick now?
Still a Derek.
No, LaDerrick.
Mr. and Mrs. Barnes have submitted an application to receive sewer service at 2755 Old Airport Road. This is a 2.11 acre parcel, zoned county LDR, and is located within Area B. There's an existing septic tank on the parcel that is failing, and the public gravity sewer is available. The parcel is also served by water, but the property is within Linwood Junior Estates subdivision. So the recommendation would be to receive the application and have the owner proceed excluding annexation.
Okay, thank
So
you.
they're going to get water and sewer, but not annexation.
Correct.
And they don't have water now?
They do have water.
They do have water now, so
Yes.
they'll just be adding sewers.
Adding sewer.
Yes, go ahead.
Okay, I can explain that. Statutorily, you're not allowed to annex one parcel out of a subdivision. So that's why, it's because it's in the subdivision neighborhood. So you would have to either take the whole neighborhood, and they would all have to agree, which is highly unlikely, or you can't take any of the neighborhood.
Council, that's a neighborhood with an HOA. That's not just a group of homes on a common
It does
street.
not- To my knowledge, it does not require a homeowners association. It has to be a subdivision. Subdivisions are run through separately than just a collection of, than just one home being built here and one home being built there.
Yeah.
So this is.
That's
a
really
kind of-
interesting because the definition of a subdivision is 3+. Is that correct, Kevin? 3 parcels plus?
Yes, anything that's considered major, like a subdivision would be subdivision.
So could I purchase 4 acres of land and sell one to Jimmy and sell one to you and sell one to Mary and make a subdivision and it's Jennifer subdivision and then it would qualify from that perspective and it would be statutorily that I could, like you're talking about, that you could get both services and not get annexed? Because it's a subdivision by definition from planning?
I think.
Well, that's interesting.
From what I'm understanding, you said the answer to that would be yes. I think, Kevin, you think that would be yes as well. That it would be statutorily, you either got to take the whole subdivision or you can't take any of the subdivision.
What, question I have, what about connecting fees and who's paying for all that?
Whoever connects has to pay the connection fees.
They would be
Those
paying
individuals.
the fees when they come to pay and
And we're
connect.
bringing
So
them in out of the goodness of our heart in this case, correct?
they won't have to pay the WASAC fee because
Gotcha.
it's an existing home, correct?
And of course, council is not required to extend services to people outside the city limits.
These don't come up very often, so these are good questions to flesh out. Yep. This happens to be in a location where it is available to serve.
Are the rest of the plats in the subdivision septic? Do we know?
I would think so, because it's not available to the whole neighborhood. I don't
Right, I
think.
understand that, but
Yep.
I'm saying, like, do we know if there's any other ones in the neighborhood that? Because I know the application said it's a failed septic tank, right? And that's why they're,
Correct.
Mayor, what's the implication if we were to say no? Just, not that I'm for that, but I'm just asking for
Yeah, that's-
information. What's the implication if that were to
That's a
happen?
good question.
Would be the same as anybody who had a failed septic tank that wasn't close enough to connect. You have to go and get your septic field redone. I've done that before. It's real fun.
But we're not required to approve this, correct?
That's correct.
Okay. That's what I think I need to hear.
Yeah, no municipality is required to serve customers outside of their own jurisdiction.
Yeah, except.
Ex-
There are, I mean, that's a interesting road we go down with the state legislature. Okay. Terry, you got anything else?
Well, just saying, so the options are connect or replace your septic system from the owner's perspective, correct?
Correct.
And they would pay all the fees to connect, obviously, versus cost of replacing the septic system.
Yes, they can weigh that evaluation. There have been some that come to engineering and sewer's not available, so we don't bring that to your attention when those come up.
I mean, I don't know what it costs to replace a septic system, but it's probably not cheap, so.
So does that mean that everyone in that subdivision could ask for sewer?
No, sir. The map in your packet shows where it's available.
So anybody that's available could ask for sewer?
They could,
Yes.
yes.
Yeah, this one's odd in that
Yeah.
this property
That's all.
touches Old Airport Road. And
Yes.
the rest of them are on
Yeah,
a little
right.
cul-de-sac,
I
or a
wanna
little circle.
I'll make sure we're not opening up Pandora's box.
Yeah. We-
So the ones on the map that touch, whether their septic is failing or not, they could ask? Is that what I'm understanding you're saying?
My understanding is that anybody can ask,
Yes.
but we would not extend sewer. So if they happen to be adjacent to the existing sewer,
Right.
we will bring it to you all to give you the
Right.
opportunity to vote yes or no if you want to serve.
But there's not a requirement that their septic is failing, therefore they can ask. They could ask just because they wanted to, right?
Right.
Correct.
Okay.
Correct.
Even if it was not failing, they could ask, certainly.
Okay, perfect. Thank you for the clarification.
Any more questions? Okay. Number 11, consider accepting preliminary application for Nathaniel Patrick Kwan and Robert Nathan Sip.
Thank you. Nathan Kwan and Robert Sip, tenants in common, we've received an application to serve water. They're asking for water service at 373 Patience Drive in Concord. They wish to build one single-family home. It's a .44 acre parcel. It's zoned County AO and is located within Area A. Sewer is not available to the parcel. Cabarrus County Planning Department has reviewed the request and indicated preliminary approval. So the ask is to have them proceed to final and application phase excluding annexation.
Question from council? Okay. Thank you. Number 12, consider accepting preliminary application from Reginald Moore.
Reginald Moore has submitted a preliminary app to receive water service outside the city limits. This is at 4326 US Highway 601 South. This is a 22.9 acre parcel, zone county LDR, and is located within Area B. The owner wishes to build one single-family townhome at this time and is requesting one water service. Future plans include a subdivision and 3 additional homes over a 3-year period. Public water is available to the parcel. Sewer is not available to the parcel.
Questions?
Can I go first?
I know, you go.
Yeah, I mean, this is a large plat. It's obviously a subdivision outside of our city is the proposal. And I just don't think that's fair to the existing citizens. We chew through these almost every month, but this one just seems a stretch to me. I know, what's the fee for outside water and sewer? 25% additional? 20%. So I know they pay more, but still, I'm just not sure about this.
So what would happen if they put this lot, their house in the back of the lot, and they run the sewer, and then they subdivide it, and every house goes next to that water line coming in?
Right. Every time they asked for a new service, we could bring that to you all for consideration. They volunteered this information. There's nothing binding saying they would have to do, the 3 they're planned or the time period that they've indicated.
And county permitting is not going to allow them to tie 2 houses to one permit, or will it? Can they tie all 4 of these to 1 3/4
One
meter?
service?
Yeah.
No, they would have,
They
we would say you'd have to have individual lines for each, to serve each home.
Okay.
All right. Any further questions? Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, if you even look at the map, it's connected to 601 and Flow Store Road, and it's out there near that subdivision we just approved, isn't it? It's a large plat of land. I don't have any questions.
Okay. Okay. Thank you, Jackie, and we're moving on. Anybody have any on the consent agenda they want to move to the regular agenda? Nothing to move. With that said, anything else the council has to share? There is no closed session tonight. We'll have a closed session Thursday night. Is there a motion to adjourn?
So moved, Mayor. Second.
All in favor, raise your hands. Thank you very much. We'll see you Thursday night. And I owe...